Hey everyone, and welcome to my book recommendations based on my Eras Tour bracelets. At time of filming, I'm literally days away from my Eras Tour concert, and I have been making bracelets like you would not believe. I currently have 20 at the moment, and I've got plans for another sort of 4 or 5 I think it is, and I really wanted to show them off before I start giving them away at the concert. So what I thought I'd do today is show you just a few of them and give you a book recommendation to go with them. So let's get into it. First one I've got here is the one that says Lover, and this was actually one of the first ones I made, and I'm quite frankly really proud of it. And the book I'm going to say goes with this one is Red, White and Royal Blue, because I feel like Alex and Henry really sort of fit that song, to be honest. Like, all the lyrics in there, obviously they just remind me a lot of Alex and Henry, so this one is definitely Red, White and Royal Blue to me. Next one we have is Enchanted, and this one is actually one of my favourites because Enchanted is one of my absolute all-time favourites Taylor Swift songs, and I'm so ridiculously excited to hear this one live. You have no idea. And so I made one obviously saying Enchanted, and I went for beads that kind of look like some of the dresses that Taylor wears when she's singing this song, so that's why that bead colour went with this blue. But for Enchanted, I'm going to say Heartstopper, because I feel like the two of them were very much enchanted to meet each other, and they were not exactly love at first sight, but they were very much crush at first sight, and I feel like there was very much that please don't be in love with someone else kind of thing, and this kind of thing. And I just think Enchanted really reminds me of Nick and Charlie, to be honest. Then we have Dazzling, and this one actually, these beads glow in the dark. This is the only one where I've used glow in the dark beads, but I really like this one. This one I made specifically because I'm pretty sure Taylor is going to be playing Dazzler in Deadpool and Wolverine, and obviously this is the final line of Tortured Poets Department, so I had to make one that said Dazzling as well, / Dazzler. And for this one I'm going for a very sparkly book, which is Amari and the Night Brothers, because I mean, the front cover here is all very shiny. You've got the shiny bits here. I've got sprayed edges which you can't quite see, but they are slightly glittery, and the back is also quite shiny, so quite literally this book cover is dazzling. Then we have Red here, which is just red beads and the word red, and I had to make this one because I love the song Red, and also there is a McFly song called Red, so I will be making another one of these in time to go see McFly at the end of the year. But anyway, this one, there was only one option for it, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic, because obviously they have the different colour Londons, and most of the action takes place in Red London, because that is where Kel and Rye and everyone, or mostly everyone, is from. So naturally, when there is a red bracelet, I have to mention A Darker Shade of Magic. Then speaking of V.E. Schwab books as well, for Bad Blood, I don't know if you can see that properly. Are you going to focus in? There we go. Yes. Quite frankly, I may not let this one go, I won't lie, because I really like this one, so I may end up keeping this one because it also kind of fits in with my aesthetic of bracelet anyway. But this Bad Blood here one, even though it is very much actually in the colours of the Londons, I am saying for this one Vicious and Vengeful, because obviously the two of them were really close friends originally, as in Victor and Eli. They were very close friends originally, and then they've now got bad blood and they don't think they can solve it, and they very much did make a very deep cut on each other. So I think the lyrics work quite well, and whenever I listen to Bad Blood, and I don't think Captain America Civil War, because obviously there was a lot of fan videos when Civil War came out with this song and everything else, when I'm not thinking about them listening to this song, I definitely think of Victor and Eli. Then I have I'll Be the Man. I don't know if you can see that properly, but it's all in pink and it says I'll Be the Man, and this one I am saying Bitter Root, because in this series we are following a bunch of monster hunter families throughout 1920s Harlem and everywhere else, and all of the women are basically kept at home so they can brew all of the potions and stuff to get rid of these monsters, whereas our main character really wants to be out with the men, kicking ass and all the rest of it, and she's literally basically saying, if I was a man, I would be the man of this. So I feel like that's very fitting. Also, that comic book series is one I do not mention anywhere near enough on this channel, and I really should, so I'm mentioning it here because it is such a good series. I really hope it continues, and I think it really fits in with this bracelet. Then possibly my longest one that says F the patriarchy, because I really wanted to make one of these because I love that line in All Too Well. All Too Well is my favourite Taylor song, and I am ridiculously excited to hear this one as well. I think Enchanted and All Too Well are right next to each other, so my two most anticipated songs for this gig right next to each other. I don't know how I'm going to cope with it, but either way, very, very excited. And because I love All Too Well so much, I also made a bracelet saying All Too Well, but I also wanted one that says this as well. And for this book, I have to say I Am Widow, because let's be honest here, our main character in I Am Widow is saying F the patriarchy, F everything, I'm going to burn the whole thing to the ground. And I love that about her so much. I love how determined she is to absolutely break everything down and burn it all to the ground, and quite frankly she is justified in that. I love how she is very much tired of being treated like she is disposable and like she doesn't matter anymore, and just because she's a woman and she's only got basically two functions in society, to either have kids or to become the co-pilot and to die in one of these giant mechs and things like this. I absolutely love her. I love the book so much, and quite frankly that whole book is just this entire sentiment in one great big go, and I love it so much. And then finally we have Vigilante Ship, which is one of my favourite songs as well, which I'm very, very excited to hear at the gig as well. I'm excited to hear everything, but those two songs and this one specifically. And for this I'm saying The Banks by Roxane Gay, because that book specifically is all about a woman trying to get revenge on a man who treated her wrong, and her using her criminal family to create another heist to outdo them and teach them a lesson. And it is so good. The family dynamics are absolutely brilliant. The revenge plotline is absolutely brilliant. It is so good. Definitely recommend it if you are looking for a heist story set in the real world and woman power and the power of family. All the rest of it is so good. Definitely recommend it. And that's all of the recommendations I have for the minute, but I just wanted to quickly show you some of the other bracelets I made, because I'm really, really proud of these, and I also want a bit more sort of time to sort of remember all the ones I made basically. But this one says Fearless, and it's a sort of simple pastel one with the beads being in the bright colour with the flowers and everything, but I'm really happy with this one. This was actually one of the first ones I made as well. Then there's this one which starts here and it says Let the Games Begin as well, so I've got this one. Then I made two So Long Londons by complete accident, but there we go. I'm going to one of the London shows, so I wanted to reference London and like So Long London as well, so I made these two. This one ended up being very much not colour coordinated on the beads, whereas this one did, because by the time I made this one I was quite frankly running out of beads and just wanted to stop colour coordinating things and just sort of started whacking colours together, I won't lie. But I'm still pretty happy with these ones and how they all turned out. There's also this one that says Cruel Summer on it as well, and it's just blue on the back but Cruel Summer on the front. This one's possibly my longest one, but it says I'm the Problem, It's Me, because I really like the song Anti-Hero, and I did have plans to make an Anti-Hero one and then somehow ran out of ends, I think it was, so I made this one instead, which has a whole lot of M's in it. But yeah, so this one's a very long one that says It's Me, I'm the Problem. I just made a simple black and white one that says Down Bad as well. Got this one as well that says Shake It Off in more sort of summery colours, because that song always reminds me of summer, so summery colours it was. And also I was running out of dark colours at that point, so I just sort of went for summery colours. And then I also made this one that says All Too Well, because I couldn't resist, because like I said, it is my favourite Taylor Swift song, and I mean the 10-minute version. I just absolutely adore it, so I had to make one that says All Too Well. Then I also made this one that says 'Cause She's Dead, because I absolutely had to. I absolutely love that line like so much. And then I also colour coordinated the other half of this so it kind of matches the letter beads as well. I thought that was quite cool, to be honest. I don't know if it is, but I'm quite proud of it. And then the final one I made is nothing to do with Taylor Swift whatsoever. This was just me playing about with beads and probably using up a lot of the letters that I wanted to use. But anyway, this one says Mutant and Proud, because obviously I am a massive X-Men fan. I've been rewatching all of the X-Men movies at the moment. The X-Men means so much to me, and I quite frankly live by the phrase mutant and proud. So I made myself a little bracelet that said Mutant and Proud, and on the other side it is yellow and blue, because that is Wolverine's colours. So I was quite proud of that one. The lettering didn't go exactly how I planned it. I wanted them all in the glow-in-the-dark beads, but never mind. These things are sent to Trius, and for some reason my packet had a ton of Zs in and no Ns, so it ended up being those ones instead. And now my camera battery is flashing at me, so I'm going to wrap this up here. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me your favourite Taylor Swift song. I'd love to know. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a music-related emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics, which will have a ton of stuff on there about Dazzler if she happens to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. And if she's not, I'll have a ton of stuff about Deadpool and Wolverine and all of that good stuff if you want to check that out as well. All linked down below, as well as a link as well down below to my bookish Etsy store that sells this Tortured Poet t-shirt and stuff as well if you want to check that out. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. Until next time everyone, bye!